What's poppin', peeps? T-Money here to do a review for you guys. This is actually my week, well, the week I selected, Slasher Week 170 for body bags. So I actually spaced out and I had a review for Frankenstein's Army that I recorded and was about to upload, and then I realized it's fucking Slasher Week. So I apologize, I didn't get to view a movie all this time. I rewatched Frankenstein's Army to prepare for that, so I didn't really get to review a slasher. I was going to do the Windmill Massacre because that's the most recent slasher I watched, but I figured somebody's already done that, and it's been talked about a lot. So I wanted to go with something different that is not very good, a newer slasher, and also, what was I going to say? Yeah, the main thing, not very good, because normally I go for movies that I really enjoy, and this one is okay, but it's very run-of-the-mill. It's from 2006, and it's a movie called Plasterhead. There's the, here, let's see what I can do. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Ill-prepared, as always. There we go. Oops. There's your cover art there for Plasterhead, 2006. Let's see if I can get a better view. There you go. Plasterhead. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys haven't heard of this one because it's not very well known. But the film's directed by Kevin Higgins, and it stars, let's see, Catherine Mary, Ernest Dancy, Gerard Armando, Rain Brown, Brian Dixon as Plasterhead, and so on and so forth. Bunch of no-name actors, really. The synopsis is to celebrate, headed to Miami to celebrate winter break, which is, well, yeah, that makes sense. 4 college students from New Jersey take a detour in the bowels of rural West Virginia. There, the unwitting friends uncover a grotesque legend that stains the fabric of a sleepy woods back town. The legend of truck driver Ray Williams, who was brutally beaten by a band of locals after stopping off in town for a drink. His body left for dead in an empty cornfield and never found. They have a name for Williams now, Plasterhead, as these teens will soon learn. Evil has a true face. True evil has no face, rather. So, very run-of-the-mill slasher, but fun, I guess, in the sense that you've got your group of teens going to party on winter break, stumble across an urban legend in a backwoods Virginia town, and there's Plasterhead. So in that sense, it's fun if you're looking for something, just a quick watch. You don't have to think very much about, oh, my kitty wants to leave. Let me open the door for her. You want to go out? Okay, go. There we go. Sorry about that. So, very run-of-the-mill, sorry about that, guys, in that sense, but enjoyable. I mean, if you're, like I said, if you're looking just for some dumb, mindless fun, I would say check it out. Ooh, scary. Ooh, I like this. So, what I liked about the film, I just like the premise. I like the setting. I like how there was snow. I was reading about it, and there was actually snow that the cast was not anticipating, or the crew was not anticipating, but they kind of rewrote the script a little bit to incorporate this snow. Sorry, I just spit. And I think that's cool. I like how the snow was natural in the movie, and like I said, not anticipated, so they went with it. I always love a little snowy setting, even though there's not much. I kind of like the mythos, although it's very typical. I like how they have the backstory of the, and they kind of incorporate race into it, I think. The fact that it's a black man in rural West Virginia that was murdered by a crew of redneck locals. I don't remember if it really hints at that too much. I think it may be very subtle, but I think race is kind of part of it. Anyway, but I like it. I like the mythos, and I like the character of Plasterhead. I think he's cool. Like, you can see him on the cover there, and he's creepy and cool looking. Some of the negative things I think were the gore. There wasn't that much. I think there's one kill in the beginning that was pretty awesome. I don't want to spoil it and say what it was, but one cool kill in the beginning that stands out. And it was cool that it was special effects, so add that to the plus list. But it was just very run-of-the-mill, kind of boring, to be honest. The characters were not very good. They were okay. Like, it's just very, very okay. It's not anything special. But again, if you want to watch a new slasher film, I would recommend it, because It's something I had never heard of. It's not a popular film. And yeah, I mean, you can get this for dirt cheap. Let me just see. So yeah, so really the only negative things, like I said, were the fact that it's generic, run of the mill. The kills were so. The script was weak. And yeah, I'll just give you a synopsis from IMDb in case you care. Every town has a local legend. Not all of them are deadly. Headed to Miami to celebrate winter break, a group of four college students from New Jersey take a detour. I think it's the same as into the bowels of West Virginia, and they uncover a gross legend that states a sleepy backwoods town, the legend of Ray Williams, a black truck driver from Maine, on his way to Texas to make a delivery, brutally beaten by a band of locals after stopping for a drink. His body lay dead in a cornfield and never found. They learn of crooked Sheriff Earl Taggart, who is kind of funny actually. He's one of the cool characters, I think, or not cool, but just fun characters in the film. Not a good actor, but fun. They learn of the crooked Sheriff Earl Taggart, who helped acquit the locals involved in the attack, and who still lords over a small village with an iron fist. 15 years later, whispers of the Williams incident still float through the tired walls and eaves of Rolling Glen. As the four friends quickly find out, some believe Williams still roams the woods on the outskirts of town, surviving on the slaughter of wildlife. Jason Voorhees. Just kidding. Others claim to have seen Williams in person, a looming figure with a ghostly white visage, purportedly a makeshift cast to mask his scars and wounds left from the merciless assault. They have a name for Williams now, Plasterhead. Soon the four friends find themselves holed up in an abandoned farmhouse, mired in a macabre web of terror. Sheriff Taggart will do anything to keep the truth buried, the truth that Plasterhead is frighteningly real. As these teens will soon learn, true evil has no face. So that's better synopsis than I read in the beginning. Gives you a little more detail about the film. And I spaced out about that. The sheriff is the main role, and he plays a good dickhead. It's fun. And there's definitely just desserts go on here. People get what they deserve for sure, and it's uncovered in this. Unfortunately for the teens, in the events that take place in the film. So that's your film, Plasterhead from 2006, guys. Sorry that it's kind of jumbled together and it's my week of all weeks, but it's a good one that I don't think a lot of people know about, or a decent one at least. So directed by Kevin Higgins, 2006's Plasterhead. You guys have a nice weekend. I'll catch you next week. Peace.